I'm Jeff Biggs, and I am the host of the Cowboys Squad Show. And at least the Cowboys didn't lose.
I am Iisha Morison, and I don't know how to feel right now. So that's all you're going to get from me.
Glenn Stretch Smith, 1-2-1. We're officially tied with the Tottenham Soccer Club. We've got a tie.
Oh, my God.
How about them Cowboys? It's the Cowboys Squad. Everything Dallas Cowboys every week. Covering all the big hits and game-changing plays from America's team the way only the Locked On Podcast Network can. Get ready and squad up. It's the Cowboys Squad Show, starting now.
Well, the game lived up to the hype, and except for the ending, and hopefully this show will be worth the wait. Welcome to the Cowboys Squad Show. I am your host, Jeff Biggs, along with Iisha Morison, Two Eyes, and the one and only, the coach, Glenn Stretch Smith. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for those of you that are going to be listening at a later time. Happy to be with you. And the Cowboys didn't win, but they didn't lose. They ended up playing to a 40-40 tie with the Green Bay Packers, the second highest tie in NFL history, as was pointed out. You have to go back to 1964. The Boston Patriots and Oakland Raiders played to a 43-43 tie or 46-40, whatever. But anyway, Cowboys end up in a tie with the Pack. Did not start off well, but they ended up going back and forth and trading haymakers and big plays on offense, big plays on defense, special teams. The only thing missing tonight was the win. And we don't have to spend too much time. Iisha and I were kind of talking about this. This is the NFL. I wish there's got to be a way not to have games end up in ties. You're the number one sport in the country. If some around the world will say it's soccer, but come on, you can't end a game in a tie, right?
Yeah, it feels like the NFL is too big and grown for this. Like, I feel like we're talking about some of the, premier athletes in the world, and they take this game very seriously. They put their bodies on the line every time they get on a field. And so um, the just competitive nature about this game and what it takes to play the game, I know that it's difficult for those guys to walk around, like to feel that sense of pride after a tie at this level. So sounds like the sentiment is kind of how we're feeling in the locker room, is that it was just kind of like a okay type of energy. Coach, can you speak to what a tie feels like? Have you experienced a tie? How do
No, no, I haven't. In college, we went for two a few times and made it one time, didn't make it another. So,
Mhm.
It's not that it's that bad of a scenario, because I think it actually hurts the Packers worse than it hurts the Cowboys right now. I think my feeling in the game was that I thought it was going to be. I really thought this game was going to be a dogfight. I thought
Mhm.
get into a dogfight with them, and I thought, okay, last week you won a game or you lost a game that you had pointed to early in the season that you were going to win.
Mhm.
And then this week, were you going to get it back? Were you going to again get one that you pointed to as a loss and put yourself in a position to be 4-2 playing the Jets and the Panthers? And it didn't happen that way. Defensively, you could not get a critical stop in the second half. It's unsound. It's bad, and it is really, really hard to watch. Defensively, this is a hard football team to watch. When your quarterback can throw a swing for 15 yards whenever he wants to, you have a problem. And if you have a problem, normally you would address that problem. My initial response is, not only do they have an evaluation problem, they have a schematic problem. And so which one they address first, I have no idea. But I just don't know how you turn on the film and really watch it without about 4 sleeves of Tums, because that's going to make you sick at your stomach.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like there were spots in the game where you felt like there was more pressure by the defense. I think that Oso Digizua set it off kind of early, which I expected for him to be able to get some interior pressure this game. Saw Donovan Izaraku have some more pressures. James Houston, I do think that they were able to get him off platform and do some things, but it just wasn't enough. Like, to Coach's point, the team goes 10 of 14 on third down. 10 of 14 on third down. I mean, we're talking about every single time these guys got into those scenarios. And here's the thing too, is that Dallas, kept them behind the sticks early, some of those early downs. But you get to third and longs and third and 10s and no one blinks an eye. It's just not enough. And so it's demoralizing as well. Like watching those last few drives before they went into overtime, and to watch during overtime, to just sit there and know, like, they are probably not going to get a stop here. If we feel that, the offense can feel that, and that's a problem. It's a problem. So I'm a little irritated, me personally.
Yeah, I'm actually, really keeping it real, the fact that they ended up in a tie and didn't give up a touchdown there was actually, I thought, was kind of a victory in and of itself, because I thought they were going to come down and score with all that time. But just those drives, to your point, I mean, just giving up the big runs, and then there was even the penalty on Leofau, which was huge.
Yeah.
It was just a bonehead play. I love that guy, but just a terrible play. Bland had some issues, and to Coach's point, you got part schematic, part personnel. Certainly, I guess you could say there was a little, to your point, Iisha, the pass rush was, I thought, a lot better tonight than it was last Sunday against the Bears. So in that regard, a little bit of progress, but to
it
Coach's
should have been better. You're playing against their number 3 offensive tackle. Should have been better.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should have had the ability to get to the quarterback. And guess what? Late in the football game, you don't want to tie, but literally you had Steele was out with a twisted ankle. You had Guyton out with a concussion. So you're playing with 4 backup offensive linemen. That's why Dallas couldn't score in that overtime drive. It's just playing with 4 backup guys. And quite frankly, you should be dominating when you get to those kind of when you're playing those kind of guys. I thought early in the game, I thought Hoffman and Bass, really the whole game, I thought they played really well. I thought there's some things offensively with this team that you could tell they're working with Pickens. They're starting to get a chemistry, and he's got a feel for telling Dak, hey, put the ball up for 50-50 balls, and I'll go make it. I thought you saw Flournoy do some good things. Back is a really good player. Yeah. This back is a really good football player. So on the offensive side, you can say they've done a hell of a job evaluating. They've hit on guys that they needed to hit on the other side of the ball. It is, to watch the Cowboys linebackers play.
My God.
It is. And they don't play with the correct leverage. They don't come inside out. And then on the second touchdown, on the slant route, I'm just flabbergasted that a receiver can line up +3 from the bottom of the numbers. Where do you think he's going to go when he lines up there? He's telling you by alignment where he's going to go. And you let him just run the slant, and they just toss it for a touchdown. I'm talking about stuff that is day one insert and address, and it looks completely foreign to him. And really, the thing that frustrates me most is how many non-instinctive football players they're playing with. I'm talking about no instincts, zero. I'd have the red ass at Aledo High School if a corner lined up like that. I'm dead serious. I'm not talking about the NFL. It would piss me off. And so, I mean, at this point, I've seen enough of what's going on that side of the ball. I've seen enough. I'm ready to you know what, and I'm never for anybody to lose their job. I'm not going to come on here and say that, but I am ready to turn the page, because guess what? What you're saying, they ain't listening to, or you're not coaching the right things, or I'm talking about, it is to play the kind of defense that you've seen this team play for the last 3 weeks is maddening.
Mm-hmm.
Let Russell Wilson throw for 450 yards. He got his ass benched. I mean, it's just how many weeks do you need to see this? We're going to sit around and think that Shavon Revel is going to come in and be Deion Sanders? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know how long do you need to see what you're looking at right now before you go, we have a real problem here. We have a schematic problem and we have an evaluation problem.
Yeah, it was clear in that game that they saw Matt LaFleur and those gentlemen saw a weakness in your second level, and they went at it all game.
Yeah,
all game.
All game.
Put those guys in tough situations to make decisions, like Coach was just talking about. Also, too, the screen game and the way that they utilize their screen game. They're like, okay, you guys are going to keep crashing inside. You guys aren't going to squeeze. Then we're going to go to the outside on you. And it just kept happening. Linebackers struggling in coverage still, not trusting their eyes. I mean, there was a play action where they totally cut the field in half. It was insane. And so to Coach's point, I do think that hopefully when we look at the film, some of the secondary play wasn't all bad from Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs. I thought that he had some decent plays in during the game, especially in that third quarter. Made some big tackles in the fourth quarter. Deron Bland obviously is just getting back from this foot injury, so it's just gonna take some time for him to feel himself out completely. But I thought there was some stronger tackling in certain spots from the secondary. But other than that, man, it's just bad angles after bad angles, and guys not feeling like they know where they're supposed to be. And then Jack Sanborn, I'm sorry, we have to talk about the missed tackles. We have to talk about the inability to get to a spot and set your feet and tackle. I mean, that was rough tonight from all of the linebackers. I mean, and that's really, I feel like once we watch the film, that's where they hurt you the worst. I mean, there were some plays downfield, but they really attacked you in the passing game, in the intermediate and flats, making your linebackers have to make decisions, and they made the wrong ones a lot and could not tackle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, and I mean, Coach, put it another way. I mean, you said, hey, this team needs to score 30. Well, they scored 40 tonight, and they didn't win. They ended up in a tie.
Yeah, I'm done watching the film. I'm just, I can't, I'm not even gonna look, I'm not even put it on. I mean, I can't watch it. I can't look at what I feel like is, I mean, I saw enough of it tonight. I don't need to see any more bad football. I can't look at it now. Do I think that Bland helped some? Yes, he did. Do I think he still has some sit, read, recognize? Yes. Do I think Diggs played pretty decent tonight?
He had a pick taken away.
I thought he did some things that were good. But as far as understanding the simplest of things for me, which is to read and recognize and to understand, I just don't know that I've ever seen more non-instinctive middle guys in all my time. And so it really is. I mean, I don't know how to say it any different than this is a misevaluation standpoint. It's a misevaluation standpoint.
Well, let me ask you this, though, Coach. Let me ask both of you this. You too, Iisha. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Oh, you're okay.
I, Coach, when we did shorter post game shows together last season, and the defense wasn't this bad. I mean, the defense, I know, was a different coaching staff, Mike Zimmer, and they had Micah, but overall, they were better. So what's the problem? What is it? The scheme? Is it the wrong players for the scheme? I mean, what?
I'm sorry, Iisha, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
No, you go. I've been talking
Yeah,
all night.
I mean, you're more primed to be able to talk about it. But from what I feel like, I think it's a mixture of both. And what I will say is, I put it to you like this, and this is how we used to say it in the military. If one person is failing the test, it's one thing. If everybody is failing the test, then you need to reevaluate how you're teaching, or if they're receiving the information, like Coach was saying. I mean, I watched the film last week. How many times do you see guys like throwing their hands up, or literally you see in their heads, like you're seeing their eyes move, you're seeing them not be sure. And when you're not sure and you're a tick, like, we know these seconds matter, these little inches matter. And when you're indecisive, especially in that front seven, when you're indecisive, it makes for big plays. That's what's killing the Cowboys. Coach talked about, the penalties and all that stuff. I mean, 95 yards is a lot of yards. That hitting yardage is killer. And there weren't that many drives where Green Bay had to really work the whole field and go down the whole field. They had some explosive plays. They had some key penalties that kept them on the field. Dallas did not make them work for everything they had. And that's even more frustrating. But to answer your question, I think that it is a mixture of the players not understanding what it is they are supposed to be doing. This is a big change for them defensively, schematically. And at this point, it don't matter what it is. Y'all need to sit down and figure out what is going to work moving forward. Like, if it's the coach that needs to adapt, or if it's the players, whatever. But if they're not getting it, they're not getting it. And this is costing you games. You could have won this game. This is costing you games. So it shouldn't be a whole bunch of, kumbaya. And we should be able, there has to be something you can do at this point. And I'm sure that's what Coach is about to say, because it's that bad to where it's just fix something, do something. It's that bad to me.
Yeah, so we're literally 10 weeks into this. 10 weeks. 6 weeks of training camp. We're 11 weeks into it.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy doesn't understand leverage. Corner doesn't understand leverage. Safety, he didn't understand leverage. He comes hard inside to a play fake. The tight end goes to the flat for a 30-yard completion. You don't tackle inside out with leverage. I'm going to tell you, I'm dead serious when I tell you this. I can take you right down the road here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and they will be after their ass at Aledo High School. And partner, they will be getting at it. And they will be going at leverage, and they will understand. When you get to the National Football League and you don't simply understand how to read a guy's split, or to understand where you're supposed to be, I don't have an explanation for that. It's unlike anything I've seen in a long, long time. And so when I'm telling you that it looks like an evaluation problem, it looks like they've misevaluated these guys. Mozzie Smith can't get on the field. It's first-round draft pick. Marshawn Nealon, not a very good football player. Sam Williams, second-round draft pick. We're talking about second-round draft picks. And we're sitting here wondering why the defense is so porous. It's an evaluation. That's one thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big part
when you have guys continuing to make mistakes and not read and recognize and understand things, then I question, what are you doing in your meeting? What are we teaching? What are we talking about in the meeting time? What are we emphasizing? I mean, literally, it feels like you could go back to square one. Like day one of OTAs is what it feels like, because I mean, how many more times do you need to see a guy not line up with the correct I don't understand that. I do not understand it.
Yeah, and then even so, and I could just be nitpicking because I'm going to stop deferring. I mean, I understood it helped you in this game to some degree in that like last 4 minutes before the half, but you haven't come out to start the season. You have not come out, stop nobody. So your offense is automatically playing from behind. Then, except for last week. Was it last week that they didn't do that? But the other 2 weeks they did. Anyway, 3 out of 1, 3 out of
Oh,
4.
but they fumbled though last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So, I mean, I just feel like I'm putting that much on your offense. Like you already know that your offense is really what's keeping you in these games. To basically automatically put them behind the sticks. I mean, are you hoping that they just get a stop and then you can really take advantage of the middle 8, or like what are you looking for in doing that? Because I felt like that's hurt you more than that's helped you at this point. And it feels like it kind of sets the tone until something else flips. Like they even said that the Wanye Thomas block and the Marquise Bell return for the safety is really what set the party off. It wasn't the defense or the offense. So to me, I'm just, I don't know. Back to what Coach was saying about the defense. I'm sorry, I started rambling. I am concerned with the linebackers more now than I think I am the secondary as a whole. I mean, and the safeties when they're asked to do linebacker things, I guess. But like it is just the way that they attacked your linebackers was just, it was egregious. That's where they stayed most of the day, to be honest.
It looks like what they're doing in the second level doesn't match what they're doing on the back end.
Oh, it's not married at all, Coach.
They don't go together. And so with that being said, this feels like a coaching thing to me. And again, I don't look at the call sheet. I don't know what's taught during the week. I don't know what's inserted during the meetings. All I can do as an analyst is come on here and give you an opinion on what I see and what I see in a football game, and then apply it to how I've done things and how I've coached and what I coached in the past. I'm an offensive guy. But if I saw that, I mean, literally I would be laughing. I mean, it's laughable on the other side. Now, let me flip the other. When you got to take a break here, Jeff? Did you quit taking a break?
Right now.
All right. I'm ready to talk about the positive.
Let's do it.
I'm tired of talking about this boo butt defense.
Yeah, I think we covered it. We got it. Okay.
You
booty butt, Rudy poop butt. What else you want me to say?
No.
We'll be right back. All right, we got to talk about what they're doing at Prize Picks, because Prize Picks, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, and every day we make decisions, but on Prize Picks, being right can actually get you paid. So don't miss the excitement of this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Playing Prize Picks is such a fun, simple way to add more excitement to football. You just pick more or less on player projections like Dak's passing yards or Javonte Williams rushing for a touchdown, and you're in the game. So if you're new, the injury reboot feature, if your player leaves early and doesn't return, it won't count against you. Really, really good setup that they have at Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. And when you got a late night like tonight, caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5-hour energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee, plus B vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes. Now, it's portable, big taste, tiny shot, and you can take it anywhere, and you can get that boost when you need it. So why not reach for a 5-hour energy shot? Do you, and see how fast you feel it, because they're sugar-free, and again, you don't have to worry about crashing later. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. Time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-hour energy shots. Get the favorites you love, or be bold and try something new in-store and online at www.5hourenergy.com or Amazon today. All right, great to be back with you on the Cowboys Squad Show. The Cowboys play to a 40-40 overtime tie with the Packers. We talked a lot about the defense, but there was a lot of for all the issues with the coaching and the defense, I thought, number one, Brian Schottenheimer coached a tremendous game. So many individual players we can talk about offensively, but I thought Dak balled out. Pickens was great. Javonte was awesome. The O-line was great. Turpin had some big plays. Tolbert had that big catch. It was a really good night for the offense, an offensive night that deserved to be a winner.
Yeah, you saw what I felt like, and I've been critical multiple times of the quarterback. I have. And you know what? He has done more than I thought he could do. I'm going to say this. I believe what's happened in trading Micah Parsons is this has become Dak Prescott's team. It's his team, and he's doing everything he can to help and lead his team to putting 38 points on the board, barring the 2-point where they ran it back on the blocked extra point. I really impressed with how he's handled what he's been kind of given here. No CeeDee Lamb. He's taken it up with Pickens. He threw probably a couple of those, what you would consider 50-50 balls, where he's putting that ball up in the air and letting that nose turn over. And I think he checked to a few runs where they probably had it double called, and he would check it back to the side that they had numbers to. So he is really, I thought, played better than maybe I thought he could ever play. I think Javonte Williams is a hell of a football player.
Yes, he is.
In between the tackles, downhill runner. He runs with his shoulders over his toes, and he is a tough ass get down. And he goes and he's going to make all of everything that they're going to give him. He's going to try to get it. I thought you saw the tight ends play well. I thought you saw Flournoy play well. You mentioned Turpin. You mentioned Tolbert. We know what Pickens did. Offensively, I don't know that you could ask for a football team to do much more than they did, because offense is, let me tell you, 10 times harder to play than defense. It's 10 times harder to play offense than it is defense, and that's not putting down the defensive guys. What I'm saying here is you had an offense that was damn near perfect other than their first few drives tonight. They were damn near perfect. They were running the football, they were play action, they were getting the ball out. Dak even ran a quarterback draw down there to stick it in the end zone. He's doing everything he can to get his team in a winning position. And he's probably going to have to do that the rest of this year to even salvage anything that's going to feel like a productive year. But I'm going to say this, for what I've seen so far is I don't know that they can continue to play at this level week in and week out, where you got to go score 30. It's hard as hell to do in the NFL. It's hard to do. Now, the flip side of that is, they got all the money over there, and yes, they've got the highest paid quarterback, second highest paid receiver, tight end, and blah, 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 interior lineman. But at the end of the day here too, I don't know that the level. I hope you feel better, Iisha. I don't know that the level of what they've been playing with, they can continue to play at that level, because it's hard to do. Once you kind of put the blueprint out there, then you get defensive coordinators who they're going to say, hey, we're going to take this away. We're going to take that away. And are you good enough to overcome that week in and week out? Maybe so. But from a positive standpoint, you couldn't ask any more than what you got out of your offense tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree. Especially since Coach talking about the offensive line. I mean, you have Brock Hoffman in there starting at center. You have TJ Bass at your left guard during the game. You're rotating your right tackle with Nate Thomas. And Nate Thomas is also going and playing some left tackle because
Yeah, did great.
Sounds like Tyler Guyton is in a concussion protocol. So to your point, Coach, with all the moving parts offensively, for you to be able to, come out and move the ball at will. I mean, like, let's not get it twisted, because I know that it tends to happen after the Cowboys play people, but Green Bay is a top 3 defense in the NFL right now. That is how they have performed to this point in the season. So that's what they were respected as coming into this game. And you just move the ball at will on these guys. You're able to run the ball, like Coach said. He mentioned Javonte Williams. I'm extremely happy for Javonte Williams. I always like to see guys bounce back, and a lot of people did not think that this player was capable. Also, too, Coach, I liked a lot of what he did in pass protection as well. I thought Hunter Lipke had some better lead blocks. Sometimes he can come in a little sideways and not, take on blocks as strong as you want him to. But the run game was efficient enough when it needed to be. You were able to move the ball in the passing game, like you said, Coach. You only got a little bit in the flats from your tight ends, but it was enough. And then they blocked on the inside. Brevin Spanford, as a blocker, especially on the edge, is something that is helping with some of those outside runs and when they're trying to set up some of those screens. But to Coach's point, the quarterback put on a clinic. He put the ball on the ground 9 times. He didn't turn the ball over at all. I mean, right now it sounds like the Dallas Cowboys offense is number 1 in the NFL. They were number 1 in the NFL entering into this game, and they have the 32nd defense in the NFL.
Oh, ouch.
So if you
sure it in the 38th defense? Because there's a few college teams. Texas Tech's better.
You know what? You're going to jail. But no, it's you can't be that lopsided. And Dak came out and said, like, I'm not gonna. He's not pointing. They're not pointing fingers and things like that. Listen. I haven't played a sport like football in a long time, but I did serve in the military. And when people not doing what they're supposed to be doing and the machine's not moving forward because of those things, like, it is natural for guys to start getting frustrated. So I'm concerned with the frustration that could build from the offense given what is happening right now. Because and I don't know how that works, but I'm saying that I feel like that's a natural thing for players to start feeling away. And I hope that they're able to maintain this camaraderie, but that's going to be tough to keep putting your team, like, I understand it's a machine, but to your point, I know the offense is feeling this pressure. I know the offense feels like they're doing what they need to do. So it's like, I don't know how long you can just let your defense not be able to get off the field on third downs at all and expect your offense to continue to always have them to get them like this.
That's a really good point, and thank you for your service and what you
amen.
Did. The thing that I think the point you're making is a very valid point. And we can go step to the mic after the game and say the right things, but let me tell you something. If you think that offense isn't pissed off that they put 40 points on the board to have walk out of the stadium like you're kissing your sister, you got another thing coming. And you cannot fool players. They watch the film too. They see how horse shit it is, and you can't say, well, they're trying hard. Well, they're really no, hell no. At the end of the day, you're mad that you don't feel like they're pulling the rope as hard as you're pulling the rope. And make no mistake about it. We can sit here, and I, as a coach, could preach all of that, and I could say, hey, you know what? It's about everybody in this building, and it's about looking after one another, and that's your brother over there, and whatever. I got news for you. This is about money. It's about playoff checks. It's about. I mean, you think George Pickens doesn't want to find a way to get himself in position to make another big contract, or Javonte Williams? You think he's not running the football knowing I got to stay in this league. I got to figure out how to get another contract. And then when you have guys that just, you don't feel like it's you don't feel like it's the justice scale is even here. That all that shooting baskets and ping ponging and playing dominoes and all that. It ain't gonna be fun no more.
No, you're right. You're right. And I mean, I felt like last week was kind of like, are they gonna start feeling like this? But now I really feel like with the way that game ended, like you could have ended that game. It's 4th and 6. You have the opportunity to end this game, and you could not. And then to come out in Dak has the big throw to Tolbert. I mean, I didn't like them having to go for 3 there. Hated it. Coach, how did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, you only had one starting offensive lineman in there,
and
right?
I figured that's what you were going to say.
You're going to get 4 back. You literally have 4 backup guys.
Valid.
And you're the one that said that Green Bay had a decent defense. I'm going to tell you, they didn't look worth a crap.
Oh, they look.
I didn't think they were worth a crap. But at the end of the day, they shut you down in the game, and they don't care that it was 4 backup offensive linemen. They don't care. They got you off the field after Dak made an unbelievable play and put the ball where only Tolbert could catch it on that boundary.
Can I nitpick?
Go ahead.
You couldn't stick it in. What's that, Jeff?
Can I nitpick for a second on that sequence right there on the 3rd down? Looked like Williams had a lot of green in front of him, and he was wide open, and Dak just threw it away, just threw it in the corner. I'm not. This is not a Dak attack, but
I don't know what his read was. I don't know what they were. I don't know that. I mean, hell, he missed Turpin where the guy jumped at Turpin, and Turpin had. I mean, he could have punted it out there for a touchdown, but he also saw one-on-one to the other side. So he's going to throw the 50-50 ball up to the guy that he's been working at throwing the 50-50 ball up to. I mean, again, yeah, you're to say he didn't make the right read here or he didn't make the right read there. At the end of the day, they put 40 points on the board.
Oh, yeah.
It's too much.
It's too much. That is ample.
It's too much.
Ample enough to win.
And not only did you do that, like I said, I mean, I thought the play caller had a hell of a game for the most part. You know, just navigating things, the rhythm that they were able to get into, the usage of hurry up when they decided to use it. I thought the last 4 minutes of the half were fantastic. They got to figure out. They have to. If they're going to keep deferring, if they're gonna be confident in deferring and getting the ball back and ain't doing that, they're gonna have to figure out how to come out after the half and continue that momentum if they have it. I felt like obviously going into the half they were better this game, but it just feels like the way that this offense had to kind of put things together. Coach, you mentioned Flournoy coming in making some big grabs for first downs in this game. I mean, they really pulled from a lot of different places, and Dak Prescott trusting George Pickens, him coming and performing. there was just the ball distribution, the usage of Turpin in spots. I mean, there were so many good things in this game, and all you needed was a few stops. And this game might have been.
But you didn't need but one stop in the second half. One stop, one critical stop, and you couldn't get it.
I'll take one.
Super hard to
even. Mind-blowing. I'm telling you.
Is.
I don't even want to go back to talking about that defense no more.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
No. You're not leading me down that way. I'm a grown man and I'm a big dog. I'll go a different direction if I don't like where you're leading me. I got it, but I just don't like for crying out loud, you needed one. It's maddening to think about that you tied this football game.
Yep.
It really is. I mean, and I say that because I thought Kenny Clark played his ass off. He was up and down that line of scrimmage. He really did some good things.
He's resetting that thing, huh?
And I'm telling you that it's just and I'm afraid I just don't know how it changes. I mean, like I've watched it 3 straight weeks and it's maddening.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know what's gonna happen, but I would assume that there's going to be some conversations about it, like what's really going on. Is this something that is salvageable? Because you got to be, and this is what I was going to ask you, Coach. At this point,
tease that.
Okay.
Tease that. Just so take a quick break, and then you can ask when we come back. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Iisha. Well, that's Iisha Morison along with the coach, Glenn Stretch Smith. Cowboys and Pack play to a 40-40 tie. This is the Cowboys Squad Show. All right. Well, you've probably heard about Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you've even tried them. But if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rougiette Go Long. If you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, again, it's time to meet Rougiette Go Long. Rougiette Go Long, it's not just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for confidence. And the process is simple. You connect with a board-certified doctor, 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. And it lasts up to 36 hours with confidence all day, all night, and even into the next day. So, ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to Rougiette.com and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL for 15% off your first order. That's Rougiette.com, RUGIET.com. Promo code LOCKEDONNFL. Make sure to use our code so they know that we sent you. Welcome back to the Cowboys Squad Show. Jeff Biggs, Iisha Morison, Glenn Stretch Smith, and I think it's Iisha, I think a good question. I mean, where do you go from here? How do you salvage this?
Listen, I mean, that's how I feel. I think you got a pretty decent special teams unit. Obviously, the specialists are good. I'm talking about the coverage sometimes, but the specialists on your special teams are good. Your offense has shown the ability to go up against some of these, tougher defenses, quote unquote. Even though I think something going on with the Packers. It's week 4. Oh my God. I mean, there's literally 13 more games to play. You have time to make decisions if you need to. And I don't know how this works. I know that it's hard to like flip a defense and do all this extra stuff. But if you feel like you're a few pieces away, or if you feel like a change or a philosophy change, or I don't know, whatever it is, if you feel like it's salvageable, I mean, my God, your quarterback is playing some of the best football he has played his whole career. And I am going to be very frustrated if a year of him
you can't waste it.
Sharp is wasted.
Yeah, you can't waste it.
I would be incredibly frustrated. And Coach talked about the fact that they got the Munyon. They got the Benjamins. I mean, what needs to be done? Is this a personnel thing? Is this the coaches need to go to the drawing board? Like, I don't understand. I mean, they literally said before the game, like I don't know what day it was, where Eberflus said they were going to be doing one word calls. Is this Miss Rachel? What is happening? And I don't understand what's going on. So, Coach, I'm asking you from your perspective as a former coach, what would you do in this situation this early in the season when what you've seen from your other two levels is good, your units is good? How would you attack the defense right now? Because
I don't think I've ever been in this situation where I've looked at something that's been this, like totally dysfunctional, like almost like need to go get on the couch and talk to the counselor for a while, because it is dysfunctional with what they're doing. I ask you, what is the technique that they're coaching? Ask, and I appreciate your efforts and what you did. That I don't know what's being taught. I don't know what they're expecting. I heard them say they wanted to dummy it down to get to where you just called one word. We're talking about the NFL. I mean, we're talking about. I mean, this is not. This is not some sort of let's see if we can make it where Buster Simpleton can figure out what we're doing here. I mean, I'm really having a hard time with it, because this defensive coordinator was given an opportunity to bring some of his guys, and he's brought some of his guys. And that was an opportunity that Mike Zimmer didn't get. He had to kind of accept Al Harris and some of the other coaches. And I think that took them a little while to kind of marry even what they were wanting to do.
Definitely.
And it took some time for them to understand that that's not the case here. He brought Borgonzi, all those guys were with him in Chicago, and he brought those guys here. And you mentioned we have 13 more weeks to look at this. I don't need to see 13 more weeks of this. I've seen enough of it in 4 weeks to give me the proverbial ash full of it. I don't need to see any more. I've seen enough of a lack of technique, a lack of leverage, a lack of understanding. I mean, I'll just go down and check D, all of the above, because defensively, they're for as good as this team is offensively, they are completely lost on the other side of the football. And it pains me to get on here and say it, because guess what? I got to get on here and talk about this after I watch it. It's like regurgitating a bad meal. It is.
Then you got to watch it again, and then you got to watch it again, and then you got to watch it up close from the sideline.
No, I don't. I've seen.
I'm still learning. Well, I have to, Coach. I'm still learning, so I have.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I appreciate all you're doing. And you know what? You make a lot of great points. You make a lot of. I mean, obviously, you work at it, and you take a lot of pride in what you do, and good for you. I mean, I think.
But you ain't about to do it.
I think that's admirable, and good for you for learning football and understanding it. I mean, I don't have a hat on, but my hat would be off to you. But
thank you.
I'm just saying I don't know the answer. I really don't. I don't know what you do at this point of the season. I would like to say, do X or do Y or do Z, but I don't have a feeling for it. And like I said, it's not like I'm going to come on here and say, you need to change coaches. But whatever you're doing and whatever you're expecting and whatever you're asking guys to do, none of it is working. And I mean, it's like it's like trying to hot wire a car and it ain't even starting. You got no chance.
As a head coach, how do you handle one of your units underperforming to this level? Because it's such an imbalance, because like you just talked about, Coach, your special teams and offense are operating pretty well. So what is does this fall on the head coach? Does this fall on the head coach and delegating? Sure. Does this fall on, or does this how can you have such an imbalance like this in your football?
It does fall on the head coach, and okay. he may be he may be forced to make a very tough decision in this case, because as a head coach, and I get it, he's a play caller, and yeah, he's doing a hell of a job. And I mean, you see Clayton Adams and what they're doing on this offensive line, they're doing a damn good job. You see, I mean, tight ends flying around and what they're doing there. You see receivers getting it done. And then you look at the other side of the ball, and for as great as these guys are doing, the other guys, I mean, he's going to be forced to make a very tough decision here. Now we'll see how they handle that.
Okay.
All right. When we come back, some final thoughts and our final segment. We'll wrap this baby up, and I want to ask you both something as well. We'll kind of keep this going, and we have to ask about who and his return tonight. So we'll do that when we come back. This is the Cowboys Squad Show. And this episode tonight is brought to you by FanDuel. And as you know, the NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So whether you're a casual fan or love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Welcome back to the Cowboys Squad Show. Cowboys and Packers play to a 40-40 tie tonight on Sunday Night Football. Great game, great performance by the offense with 40 points. Rough night for the defense. Special teams played great. Had the big block, and as Iisha alluded to, really that play, the blocked field point after try that ended up with 2 points, really turned the momentum around and got the Cowboys back into the game, and really good to see. So along the lines of what we've been saying, fair to say that it sounds stupid. I don't mean to sound dumb here, but next week at the Jets, I mean, that's a must-win, not only a must-win game, but I think, again, you're going to need to see marked improvement by this defense.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't know what's gonna happen. But I
mean, the Eagles are 4-0, so you're sitting on one win. You gotta get some wins here when you can. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, I think I don't even think you can look at anybody else. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I think you got to shut the doors, and you got to come in house, and you can't worry about what anybody else is doing except what you're doing. What is your job, and what are you being asked to do, and how are you going to do it? I've referred to all that ha and he and shooting baskets and all that, and that all sounded cute. It was all real fun, but it ain't no damn fun no more. I mean, it's over with. And if you can't tell by looking around the NFL right now, there are no sure wins. There's no such thing as a sure win.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't park. You look at what's going on with this defense. You can't look at one game on this schedule and say that's a win. That's a win. If you say that, either you're not watching what's going on one side of the football, or you are completely lost. Because I mean, okay, the Jets, they're going to play their ass off. They play their ass off for Aaron Glenn, and I guarantee you that will be a dogfight. And then you say, well, Carolina's the win. Carolina beat the brakes off Atlanta, who beat the Commanders. There's no way you can point and say anything other than we better handle our own backyard right now, and we better get this thing locked in and figure out either how to help Matt Eberflus and Overstreet and whoever, Borgonzi and whoever else is coaching on that side of the ball, or we better figure out a different plan to go attack. And it can't be, you can't be worried about anybody else. I mean, you can't be worried about Jackson Dart and the fact that they beat the Chargers or the Eagles or the Command. Piss on all that. You got to take care of your business.
Yeah, they have a lot to figure out amongst themselves, and that would be my biggest priority right now as well. Coach, I will ask you though, and this is just my mind going because I don't know, but with some of these, I'm not gonna say older, but veteran guys on defense, do you think there's a such thing as like learning? Like you think you know, so you do, and then maybe like a nugget, like a younger player doesn't know, so they're gonna do what you say. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, I think you're pointing to somebody like Sanborn and like, okay,
And he just doesn't got the.
You can tell me if I'm wrong in what I'm saying, but I mean, this is a guy that's been in Eberflus's defense, and he is dragging you down severely right now.
It's
because he does not have speed. He is not tackling with any sense of urgency or getting in any situations. And then in my mind, Murray does some okay things, but he is incredibly non-instinctive. Like he'll get caught looking in the backfield. He doesn't understand that wrong shoulder things. And so what are you going to do to try to get yourself in a different position there? Because then you think, well, let's put Maris Leofau in there. And then he did what he did. I mean, literally just, I mean, and it was 5 steps too late. It was the most boneheaded thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it makes sense. And that makes sense, though.
And then Clark, I mean, so what is the answer to getting some better linebacker play, getting some guys to understand more how to play downhill? I mean, they do an okay job of stopping the run. They've done okay at stopping the run, but hell, who needs to run the football when you can just throw the swing for 20 yards?
It's the passes, it's the swing passes, it's the screens.
So, it's just so the point I'm making is I don't know if there's any short-term answers right here. And what's going to be a shame, and we're going to look at this in 10 weeks and we're going to go, man, what a wasted year for Dak Prescott if this team, wins 5 or 6 games, which is very, very likely to happen.
Oh,
I hope
don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I mean, because I'm just
sit there and I'll tell you what, read the schedule and tell me what you think.
No, I'm not disagreeing or nothing. I'm just saying I don't want to have to see it.
I don't want to. You think I want to see it? You think I enjoy aggravation? I got enough to last me a lifetime.
We both don't want to see it. I know I really don't want to see it, but now your linebackers getting. I mean,
when's Obershone coming back?
I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, it's sounding closer to Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But
he has instincts.
Oh, he's a fantastic player.
Love
I just don't. They threw the rookie. Excuse me. They threw the rookie Shamar James out there today.
That was tough.
And he is an instinctive player.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot to ask of a
he's not ready for the he's not ready for the speed of the game, right?
No. It takes time, and that's why you need veteran players in there to, kind of bridge that gap. But these guys are not, your veterans aren't playing well. So your young guys don't even have the buffer to make mistakes or to, ask questions or whatever the case may be. Nobody knows where they're supposed to be going. You cannot be getting killed at the second level like this, because I know that we're pissed off about the safeties and the corners and all that stuff. Like, well, crap. They're having to, they're the last line of defense. They're having to throw their little itty bitty, their little itty and bitty bodies out there to try to, stop these backers or stop these tight ends. And it's too much. So, I mean, Green Bay attacked your second level all day.
Yeah, they've got to figure out, in my mind, they've got to try to get what they've got to be more sound. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see a knee-jerk move made to give up any of these picks or to give up anything right now, because I'm not sure that I'm not sure that it's going to make that much of a difference. And I say that because I sit here after a 40-40 game and I watched Micah Parsons. Okay, maybe he had a couple pressures. Did he make any difference in that football game tonight? Not really. He scored 40 of them. Would he have made a difference had he been in a Cowboy uniform? Maybe he might have got a couple pressures, or maybe he gets there one or two times. Maybe he does. Do I think he would have made that big a difference? I don't. And so where I sit here today on the today I just turned it over. It's the 29th of September. I'm going to say Jerry did the right thing of moving on from him and getting and accumulating some picks. Now, they cannot miss anymore, because ultimately what's killing this team too.
Tracking. Say it.
No Mozzie.
Say it.
Sean Nealon's not doing anything. Sam Williams is, about at best 20% guy. And so there can be no mistakes there. And so I don't want any kind of knee-jerk movement to do any of that, because if you do, you're going to put yourself really behind the 8 ball here.
No, I mean, I agree with the sentiment with Micah Parsons. They obviously thought that they were going to be able to run at him at points in that game. They did. Or they ran away from him. Smart. That's what you do. It seems like, so I was at training camp, and I remember when they started talking about his back being injured, a lot of the reporters and a lot of people did not, given what was going on, did not take it as seriously, I don't believe. Fans alike as well. But this back issue seems like it's something that is legitimately bothering him. He had to come off the field multiple times for it today. And I just wonder if that was something that was known in these conversations. Like, I really wonder if this was something that the Cowboys were aware of, especially because I'm telling you, I know the temperature here. And when it came out that he had the back injury, people thought it was kind of like one of those tactic type things, whatever, practice checks, all that stuff, all the little, they're in contract talks, But now seeing him physically really frustrated off the field, he got knocked on his butt by one of the tight ends, and it really seems like it is bothering him. I really wonder if the Cowboys knew something in regard to this trade, and to Glenn's point, he didn't affect the game until I guess it mattered. That chase down sack did matter in the game. It was a key moment. Like he wrecked that drive. He really did. But I don't know if he helps the defense right now, in totality at either. So anyway, I guess maybe we can find out more information about that, because this injury that Micah Parsons is dealing with his back seems very real. And it's just it's interesting. It changes the conversation a little bit to me.
All right. Well, on that note, the Cowboys, hey, they did not lose tonight. They didn't win, but they did not lose.
Hey, let me ask you this. I usually always says, well, let me ask Coach. Well, I want to ask Coach. I want to find out.
Why you gotta say it like that? Like I'm a kid.
No. Let's flip the script here a little bit. It's time for me to ask you something. Who the hell is Bad Bunny?
I don't know who that is. Who that?
Bad Bunny. That's who's performing at the
Bad Bunny.
You just looked at. I just asked you, and you looked at me like a mule looking at a new gate, and then you go, "Oh, I know who it is."
I didn't know what you were saying about. Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican artist. He does a little bit of rap, a little bit of singing, a lot of stuff. He's a very suave, handsome man. He's probably going to put on a hell of a show. So
okay, well, I needed your opinion and I needed your input, and I'm glad I got it. Jeff, did you know who Bad Bunny was?
No, I knew Bugs Bunny, but not Bad Bunny.
Jeff, please. It's time to go to bed. It's time for all of us to go to bed right now.
All right.
I could see Jeff getting up on the good foot to Bad Bunny.
I'm a drummer, so I don't mind. Hey.
You crazy. You
Yeah.
crazy.
Hey, guys, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody for participating. Great comments, great input. Thank you to everybody watching live. We've got our midweek squad show with Marcus and Landon. Don't forget to check out the daily Locked On Cowboys podcast. Iisha, you've got your show tomorrow morning, right?
Yes. You can catch me on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, bright and early in the mornings. Cowboys
Nice.
All Women's Podcast. 8 a.m. Central, which is why I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
So if you folks want to come in, check us out, and I can't wait to be here next week with you guys.
We'll do it.
Thanks for waiting up on me. I appreciate your efforts.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, Coach. For the coach, Glenn Stretch Smith, and Iisha Morison with 2 eyes, I'm Jeff Biggs. This has been the Cowboys Squad Show.